Hello YouTube friends, it's Dale from Whatever the Weather May Be. So I'm just going to give you a little tour and show you what all we've done in the past few days. As you can see from my last video, the rest of the hedge is all down. And now you can really see that there was at one time probably a little garden running along there. So I'm going to take the tiller and till that up and plant some flowers along there. The pile of clippings and cuttings has really gone down. I'll show you where it's gone to. I still have all my maples to deal with, but that's going to be a structure project that I'm going to be making for the other side of the yard. Now here, looks pretty bad, doesn't it? This is actually a flower bed, or it was a flower bed. It's sort of an L shape. And last year, I just let the grass have its way, but I'm going to till it up, put it back to an L shape, and this is where my tomatoes are going to go this year. This is south facing. This gets very warm, and my water is right there. So I'm going to run a soaker hose all along here into the tomatoes, and they will do fantastic here. I know they will. So I have a lot of work here to do, but this is going to be next week's work. We are getting ready to paint our house as well. We've not painted. We've replaced some windows, most of the windows, but we haven't done anything with the paint. So that's coming, hopefully May, June. So those carragana bushes look very sparse. There was a lot of maples, as I said before, and volunteer plums from this tree here. So when we got rid of all of that, didn't leave us with very much, but there is some growth, so we're hoping that it might come back. We're going to give it this summer and see what happens. I think we might be a bit surprised. So this plum, well, I gave it a hard cut last year. It's not in the best shape, but we'll see. I don't expect it to bear any fruit this year, which is fine. And over here, this is my rose bed. It's embarrassingly terrible. I'm going to cut it back as well. And this bed, no matter what I do, I can't get the weeds out of it. I did plant this though last year. This is a sedum, and it's growing pretty good. And there's a delphinium over there, but the rest of this is just weeds. So I might just take the tiller in here too. It's terrible. This is a ongoing project that just never seems to be resolved. But I'm not worried about it too much because we do want to paint the house first, so I'm gonna get it ready for planting, but I don't know that I'm actually gonna plant much in there until the house is painted. This is south facing, this part of the house. I haven't done anything with this little bed yet. It's not too bad. It needs a clean up. And I'm going to put more perennials in here. I had mostly annuals in here last year, but I'm going to put some perennials in. This is a little daisy, a blue daisy. It's a fall plant, so I'm going to chop that down. And that is spirea, I believe. But the rest of this is just weeds. And along here, this is this is the front of the house now. Here's the front of the house. And this is west facing. And this is a fairly new strip of garden bed. I have echinaceas in here. I have Shasta daisies. I don't know what else I have in here. But this all needs to be cleaned up. Steps need to be redone. But I have seen some beautiful little tulips. Look at them. They're all popping up, which is great. I planted quite a few tulips in here last year, or 2 years ago. So there's tulips and weeds. There's a nice big clump of tulips. I would like to, there's tulips all along here. I would like to actually widen this garden to about here, all the way up to make it nice and wide, because we're going to put some shrubs along the front after it's painted. We have a lot of big bare spaced walls, so I'm going to widen that and completely change the front of the house. So then, now we're to the back where all the work has been happening. I can't believe how much we've gotten done here. This little bed, I haven't done anything more to it. I've been concentrating all my efforts over here. Well, I'll show you here first. Strawberries are starting to pop up a little bit. They're looking better. We had some rain on the weekend, and that has already made things look a lot better. I have delphiniums and Gloriosa daisies out here hardening up. These I grew from seed from my own delphiniums, and they're doing great. I'm going to put them in the shed overnight. I have in this bed along here, there's a big patch of beautiful delphiniums, and that's where I got all the seeds for this from. So the herb bed, I haven't really done anything with it, but today I started my little wattle fence. Now, I know you're supposed to have rebarb for these parts here, but I don't have, so I'm just using what I have, which is lots of sticks. And for this year, I'm just trying this out and seeing if it's going to be any good or not. It's just something just to edge this part of the garden. Nothing fancy. I don't want fancy anyway. I like a rustic looking garden, kind of wild. So this will do just fine. And I was cleaning in here a little bit, and I have a bit of sedum there. And I have something there, and I'm not sure what that is. I think it might be a tulip, maybe. And I have some lamb's ears. And there's some tulips along here as well. So I don't remember putting these in, but obviously I did. And this is a little dogwood. This poor dogwood has been moved 3 times, and I still don't know if it's found its happy home or not. It just doesn't seem to want to grow. But we'll see. I started clearing this out here. This is going to be where I'm going to be putting some climbing things to go up this trellis here. I already have one thing there, right there. So here's what we've been doing with all our cuttings. We've been mulching it up, shredding it up in our little electric shredder, and I put some weed mat down and made nice paths out of it. This is about 4 inches deep, and it'll compost down, which is fine. I quite expect that it's going to end up in the garden at some point, but for now it's usable. It's good. There's a weed mat underneath, so it's going to curb a lot of the weed activity here, which there is lots of, as you can see. So that's kind of a nice start to how I want the garden to look. Here's the little arch, and I've left enough space on either side to plant a few things inside the arch. I'm going to try my hand at planting some Chinese noodle beans again. I tried last year, but I was not successful. And I started clearing this out here. I want this all to be cleared from here to here and there, because I'm going to be planting my big squash here. Last year I grew a little patty pan squash, but the plant is huge, so I'm going to put one there and one on the other side, and that'll be enough squash for us. They're summer squash. They're very delicious. And I noticed that I have some growth happening on this little raspberry. And this one, yeah, this one has some growth too. So that's good. Raspberries. At least 2 of them are going to do something. I don't think there's anything happening with this though. I'm pretty sure this little blueberry is gone. So there's one raspberry. I don't know about this one. There's a weed. I don't know if there's anything there. And these ones are fine. So on this side of the trellis, there's going to be 3 blackberry bushes. They're going to use the trellis for support. And 3 currant bushes are going in the middle here, and a dwarf apple tree and a dwarf apple tree, which I'm getting next week. The garden center, the local garden center, is opening on May 4th. I got an email, so I'll go ahead there. Nothing's changed here with the vegetable plot. That's the same, but there's been a little bit of work done over here. This is my new garden plan, and now it's starting to look how I envisioned it. So there's going to be the seating area. That's going to have crushed rock on it, and this is one of 3 paths. So this goes into there. Again, there's weed mat underneath here, and we've just put our bark from our trees. And so now you can see where the gardens are. There's one garden here, there's one garden up to here, and then there's going to be a path there made out of the same as this. And this is where the next path will be, and then this will all be the next garden, and this will be a path, and then this is for vegetables. So it's starting, my plan is starting to kind of look like it is in my head. I've planted some zinnia seeds here, State Fair zinnias, they're very tall. And I planted a little river birch here. This is Joe. He too has been moved around. Haven't found the right place for him yet. Maybe this is it. Sorry. And this is a little honeysuckle bush. Not a vine, it's a bush. Put that there. Move that from a different area. In this area here, I've planted purple laurel poppies. Excited to see those. And I moved an echinacea into here. And my little oak tree is right there. So there's been a little bit of progress here. I think this is going to be such a nice little area. I put that trellis behind to grow sweet peas, but I think I've changed my mind. I think I'm going to build something else to go along there for something climbing. It might not be sweet peas, so because I put sweet peas on this other trellis here. So things are moving along. This this shredded or chipped stuff has been really beneficial. This is saving us some money. Eventually I would like to put like a crushed rock path here, but for this year this will be fine. We have the materials, we should use it. So we are. And when this all rots down, I can dig it into the soil, and it's good mulch for the garden. So it's a win-win no matter how you look at it. So over here, this little area I started last year. I haven't even had a peek at this, but I did have a little, that doesn't look very good. I have clematis that was growing there. It doesn't look like much is happening. And then I just had annuals, and I put a little rose bush in the corner there. So this all has to be cleaned up. But every day a little bit. We've put in about 5-6 hours every day. Tomorrow is supposed to rain again, so we got quite a bit done today. So if it rains, that's good. Now, I've ordered, like I said before, I've ordered the currants, and I have some oranges out for the birds. I've ordered currants and blackberry bushes, but I've also ordered a lot of other plants to go in those new flower beds over there by the sitting area. So I brought my book out because I can't even remember what I ordered. So I'll tell you what I ordered. So what I have coming is a Russian sage, which is a blue Russian sage. It gets about 48 inches tall. That's going to go over here somewhere. A buddleia, which I'm taking a chance. It's a butterfly bush. I might put that, well, I don't know. I might put that in that very corner over there. But I'm thinking that it probably would be better over where the tomatoes are. That's a very sheltered corner, and I think it's going to need shelter because of our zone here. It's not really very good for that bush. Globe thistle, I've ordered that. Also foxglove root, some liatris, genum root. It's a rose pink cream. It's beautiful. Helenium root. It's red. What else? I've forgotten actually what all I've ordered. It's been such a long time ago. A borage. No, I have seeds for that. So I guess maybe that's it. Oh, and daylilies. I have some new daylilies coming. I have a where's the list of the daylilies that I ordered? Some beauties. Absolute beauties. Five different ones. Space Coast Behavior Pattern, that's a daylily. Unlock the Stars is another one. Pink Stripes. Oh, a Stella d'Oro. I've been waiting for one of those. I had one of those in Winnipeg, and I want one. I love them. They're actually my very favorite. So, what else? Globe thistle, liatris. I shouldn't say buddleia. The buddleia is a black knight buddleia. So I'm looking forward to having all these new varieties, and I'm going to plant this very tightly so it's all flowers. I'm going to try and really pack them in here tight so the weeds don't get crazy. And also I just want this to be like a cottage garden, and I think it will be. So I'm looking forward to continuing to see this little project of mine flourish. I think I'm on the right path. But now it's around supper time, and it looks like we might get some rain. So I'm going to put these little soldiers in the shed. I'm not going to take them in the house. They're just going to go in the shed, and then they'll come back out tomorrow. I want to harden them off so that I can plant them. They're perennials. What I'll do is I'll plant them, and then I just cut off the bottom of a 4-liter milk jug, and I use those as a cloche so that they can be out. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. I was going to put them to bed, and then I'm going to go and have some supper. before it starts to rain. Thank you for watching. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. And I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye for now.